to plant banana planting from my father. Everything I learned from him by digging drain, by planting bananas is from him.
The journey is not easy. It begins before dawn. It demands patience, care, and grit. Our farmers rise with the sun, hands calloused, hearts hopeful, despite storms, droughts, pests, and market shocks. But when disaster strikes, everything can be lost in a moment. No harvest, no income, no cushion. One heavy rainfall and a farmer's year is washed away. And yet, they rebuild, they replant, again and again, because hope is always just beneath the surface. Now, for the first time in St. Lucia's history, hope comes with a safety net. Introducing Parametric insurance for banana and plantain farmers, a new chapter in resilience. Here's how it works. When excessive rainfall or drought reaches a certain threshold, farmers automatically receive financial support. No paperwork, no delay, just swift, fair relief when it matters most. It's not just about the weather. It's about dignity, security, peace of mind. It's about honoring the work of those who feed the nation. This effort is a national commitment led by those who believe in the power of our farmers and the future of food security in St. Lucia. With leadership, partnership, and innovation, we are planting a future that is more secure, more equitable, and more resilient. Parametric insurance is more than a product. It is a promise that our farmers will no longer stand alone when the skies turn grey.
Je suis très content que le gouvernement a mis en place l'insurance là-bas. Combien d'années qui passent, nous sommes sous compte nous, les figues tombées, nous ne pouvons pas pièce help. C'est un petit bail là, nous tenons, si nous tenons rien sous côté, nous tenons pour vivre pour réhabiliter les femmes. Mais actuellement, quand le gouvernement a mis en place, nous savons, nous avons aidé from insurance là, côté qui nous avons vivre mettre ces femmes en production vitement, puis nous n'y help là.
Je suis content quand ils mettent insurance.
My island home, there's nothing sweeter, there's nothing better. Nice like this with St. Lucia. We going to Rodney Bay, straight after Rosie Lay. Each Friday, nothing better. Nice like this with St. Lucia. Link up by the Cabaway, then straight to Anslare. Street party, nothing better. Nice like this with St. Lucia. Oh, St. Lucia. Nothing sweeter than you. Sweet island, sweet nation, sweet woman. Nothing sweeter than you. Oh, St. Lucia. Look, I'm in Trinidad. One of the better years I've had. All of the girls, them balling. Freaky girls, we can see them calling. Yet I miss my country bad, but I'll be back for carnival. I can't wait for the big bad truck. Mega Joey Lincoln. A fetting, a lime in, a drinking a lot. A jamming, a Indian, I meet wrong the dog. The rest of the world watching me like a dot. But still I love my island. As soon as I wake up to the roti shop, I eating some doubles, the pepper real hot. But missing my green pig and saltfish a lot. Oh God, I love my island. We going to Rodney Bay, straight after Rosie Lay. Each Friday, nothing better. Nice like this with St. Lucia. Link up by the Cabaway, then straight to Anslare. Street party, nothing better. Nice like this with St. Lucia. Oh, St. Lucia. Oh, nothing sweeter than you. Sweet island, sweet nation, sweet woman. Nothing sweeter than you.
The Prime Minister of St. Lucia, the Honorable Philip J. Pierre. Let's remain standing as well. I invite April to lead us in prayer.
Good evening, everyone. Let's reverence ourselves for prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, I just want to thank you so much for today. I want to thank you for this momentous occasion, O Lord. Thank you that we are gathered here in good health. I pray, Father, that you bless these proceedings, Lord. Thank you, O Lord, that this will provide benefits to a number of farmers and stakeholders in our sector. I pray that you continue to guide us. I pray that you continue to protect us, O God. And I pray that you continue to strengthen our sector. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you. Remain standing as we get ourselves for the national anthem. Just give us a second. It played so well this afternoon. Oh, man. Just be patient, please. All right. You want to hear my voice? Okay, April, come forward. Yeah. April, come. Thank you. Be seated.
Okay. I wish to recognize and acknowledge the presence of our distinguished guests this afternoon. The Honorable Philip J. Pierre, Prime Minister and Minister for Finance, Economic Development and Youth Economy, and Minister for Justice and National Security. Honorable Alfred Prosper, Minister for Agriculture, Fisheries, Food Security and Rural Development. Honorable Joachim Andre Henry, Minister for Equity, Social Justice and Empowerment. Honorable Wayne Girard, Minister in the Office of the Ministry of Finance. Dr. Wendell Samuel, Assistant Secretary General of the CARICOM Secretariat, who may be joining us online. Mrs. Natasha D. Toville-Moses, Head or Acting Head of the Economic Development Unit and Technical Specialist for Agriculture. Mr. Greg Rawlins, Country Representative, ICA St. Lucia. Mr. Yuki Takano, Project Formulation Advisor, Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA. Mr. Chaluk Richard, General Manager of GK Insurance, who may be joining us online. Mr. Roger Harry, Business Development Manager, GK Insurance Limited. Mr. Gregory Rose, Executive Chairman, Lynch Caribbean Brokers. Mr. Damian Bowen, Managing Director, Lynch Caribbean Brokers. Mr. Gregory Rose, Executive Chairman, Lynch Caribbean Brokers. Mr. James Pierce, Group Broking President, Lynch Caribbean Brokers. Mr. Kerry Smith, Country Director, Sterling Insurance Brokers. Mr. Bradley Setage, Acting Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Food Security and Rural Development. Dr. Randall Esnad, Acting Deputy Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Food Security and Rural Development. Various heads of department from the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Food Security and Rural Development. Our partners, colleagues from the Taiwan Technical Mission, banana and plantain farmers, members of the media, partners, and specially invited guests. Good evening again. My name is April Littleville, and I will be your Mistress of Ceremonies this evening. I am with my Master of Ceremonies, Mr. Philip Sidney, and will be guiding you through this process this evening. Right now, I would like to invite our Acting Permanent Secretary, Mr. Bradley Setage, just to deliver some welcome remarks. Mr. Setage.
Thank you, Mistress of Ceremonies and Master of Ceremonies. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I know the days it's winding down. I know. Permit me to adopt the protocols that has already been established. However, allow me to acknowledge and welcome the Honorable Prime Minister and Minister for Finance, Philip J. Pierre, in our midst. I also want to welcome and acknowledge my Minister of Agriculture, Honorable Alfred Prosper. I also want to acknowledge our other honorable ministers who are here with us. I know my Deputy Permanent Secretary, Dr. Randall Esnad. I also want to recognize a very special team, a very instrumental team in all of what is happening here today. In the likes of, we have Damian Bowen of Lynch Brokers. We also have Dr. Yes, well, Damian Bowen and your team, welcome. I think we have Mr. Rawlins from ICA. We have our representative from the Taiwanese mission. We also have Her Excellency Nicole Su, Ambassador of the Taiwan Embassy. Welcome. As I go across the room, Mr. Kerry Smith of Sterling Insurance. We also have esteemed farmers, and today is their day. And I want to welcome each and every farmer that is present here with us today. We have members of the media, we have the ministry, members of staff of the Ministry of Agriculture, other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, again, I bid you good evening. Today is a great day. Finally, Mr. Bowen. Finally. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we launch and celebrate our Parametric insurance scheme for our well-deserved banana and plantain farmers. I am absolutely delighted to be part of this historic event. This is a very significant milestone for us here in St. Lucia. Given the recent events, given the importance of our farmers, given the importance of food security, given the importance of building resilience in our food system, I want to now take this opportunity to extend a warm welcome to all of you who have gathered here with us this evening to celebrate such an important landmark. I want to especially welcome and applaud everyone who has made this possible. It has truly been a long but rewarding effort from all who have been involved in that process. This is indeed a major step in our national efforts to strengthening and revitalizing St. Lucia's agricultural sector. As we all know, the agricultural sectors within the region, especially our banana and plantain sector, are very susceptible to adverse weather events which can devastate farms and impede recovery for months and sometimes years. Changes in weather patterns, heavier rainfall, and harsher dry seasons, among others, continue to have disastrous effects on our agricultural output and productivity. Ladies and gentlemen, if there is one thing that we have learned over the years following the passage of these extreme weather events, is that we must have recovery and resilience plans in place that can respond to these devastating natural disasters. We will admit, though, that building resilience is not only about the construction of robust infrastructures and implementing smart farming systems. However, it is also about how quickly, and I say how quickly, we recover from the impacts of these devastating climatic events. This milestone, my brothers and sisters, is a very critical and a very timely one. The introduction of this parametric insurance scheme will certainly provide some form of protection for our farmers against the unpredictable and devastating impact of these climatic events on their farms. This insurance scheme aims to enhance food sovereignty and economic resilience by adapting to and mitigating against these extreme events. This insurance scheme aims to support farmers in managing and mitigating environmental and financial risk. Through this product, farmers will be in a better position to obtain loans from financial institutions who will perceive them as low risk. This insurance product will also ensure a more consistent supply of the fruits, banana and plantain, as farmers will be better able to replant earlier and restore market confidence after an event. This insurance product will be transformational. We need it. The farmers have been asking for it. Yes, we are doing it for them today. It is a proud moment for us all who have championed this cause. We are grateful for the participation and support of everyone who have made this a reality. I wish to place on record our deepest gratitude to you, Honorable Prime Minister, and your Cabinet of Ministers, for your unwavering support towards this initiative, and for making available the financial resources towards this venture. and the amount that the PM and his cabinet has put towards this insurance scheme for a start for this financial year is $1 million. Let us celebrate the progress we have made. I wish to reassure the St. Lucia people of our commitment to the expansion and modernization of the agricultural sector. Once again, on behalf of my minister and the staff of the Ministry of Agriculture, I wish to welcome all of you to this lunch. May God bless us all. Thank you.
Thank you, P.S. Setaj, for your welcome remarks. This event is very, very opportune. I'm so pleased that it's happening today. Farmers were eagerly waiting for this, so I'm very, very happy that this came at the right time. The CARICOM Secretariat has played a key role in advancing regional efforts to implement insurance initiatives following the Caribbean Week of Agriculture held in the Bahamas. The establishment of the Special Ministerial Task Force on Food Production and Food Security has been pivotal in promoting risk mitigation strategies within the region's agricultural sectors. At this point, I will welcome Dr. Wendell Samuel, who is the Assistant Secretary General to CARICOM, to provide us with some remarks. And this is pre-recorded.
Honored guests, I am pleased to address you in this signing ceremony in St. Lucia, the inaugural event of the Regional Economic Agricultural Insurance Program, REAP. This occasion is a significant milestone for our region as we witness the signing of this parametric insurance initiative between the government of St. Lucia and Lynch Caribbean. The insurance project is the direct result of a by design and collaborative regional effort. Additionally, I extend my warmest congratulations to the Special Ministerial Task Force on Food Production and Food Security, MTF, for their commitment and dedication to fulfilling this key objective of the 25% by 2025 initiative. That is the identification of suitable agricultural insurance products for the region. The initiative has been extended to 2030 and is now referred to as the 25% by 2025 plus 5. As we approach the 2025 hurricane season, agricultural insurance is a pivotal tool for the CARICOM member states, offering the region a shield against the unpredictable and devastating impacts of climate change on agriculture. As the region grapples with the increasing frequency and severity of weather-related events, the role of agriculture insurance becomes even more critical in safeguarding the livelihoods of farmers and ensuring food and nutrition security. The importance of such an insurance mechanism is underscored by the fact that many member states are particularly vulnerable to climate change, which poses a significant threat to agriculture productivity, infrastructure development, and the stability of local economies. An FAO 2021 report found that developing countries lost over US $108 billion between 2008 and 2018 due to damage or loss of crop and livestock production. The report also highlighted that, for example, droughts in least developed countries and low and middle income countries are responsible for 34% of crop and livestock production losses. As a response to these production inhibiting effects caused by natural disasters and climatic changes, the 25% by 2025 initiative is promoting and enhancing food security and economic resilience as major pillar to mitigate the effects of climate change. Agriculture insurance is a pivotal tool in this regard, as they provide financial stability needed for farmers to invest in more sustainable and resilient agricultural practices, such as irrigation, greenhouses, water management, and precision farming. These insurance schemes can help mitigate the risk associated with climate change, enabling farmers to recover more quickly from natural disasters and maintain consistent food production and price competitiveness. It is anticipated that the regional implementation of this agricultural insurance product will stimulate private sector participation in cross-border investments within the agricultural sector. De-risking agriculture through the provision of insurance will attract investment and foster an environment conducive to innovation and growth. This, in turn, supports the broader objectives of the 25 by 2025 initiative, which include improving regional transportation and logistics for agri-food products, promoting climate-smart agricultural practices, and enhancing food and nutrition security across member states. In conclusion, agriculture insurance stands as one of the foundation items under CARICOM's strategy to combat adverse effects of climate change on agriculture, while simultaneously propelling the region towards ambitious targets of the 25 by 25 initiative. It is a testament to the collective resolve of the member states to pursue a path of sustainable development and resilience in the face of environmental challenges. We encourage other member states to join the program. We are aware that only through collaborative efforts and shared vision do we enable programs like REAP to truly impact the transformation of agriculture and food systems. Let me end by wishing this program every success as it is implemented throughout the region.
Very wise words coming from Dr. Samuel, and he mentioned something very important. He mentioned consistent food supply, and this is at the hem and heart of the Ministry of Agriculture, our thrive to strengthen food security and food sovereignty. And the 25 by 25 plus 5 gives us an opportunity to do this, and the product comes at a great time. I would now like to invite Mr. Roger here to just briefly introduce our next message. Mr. Hare, if you would just come.
Good evening. Permit me to adapt the protocols already established. We at GK Insurance is very honored and pleased to be the insurer of choice for this product here in St. Lucia. And the message that we will show from our Managing Director, Shaluk Richards, is about we caring, because GK Insurance has a slogan, because we care. And when we think about what this product will mean to the people of St. Lucia, is a demonstration at the highest level, the government, the Prime Minister leading the charge for such a product towards food security. And we know what that means to the survival of any country. So we are pleased that we are able to participate in this venture regarding food security for the people of St. Lucia. So now we'll share the message from our Managing Director, Shaluk Richards.
Members of the government of St. Lucia, the Honorable Philip Pierre, Prime Minister of St. Lucia. Honorable Alfred Prosper, Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries, Food Security and Rural Development. Honorable Dr. Ernest Hilaire, Minister of Tourism, Investment, Creative Industries, Culture and Information, members of the press, our partners, our GK Insurance EC team, clients, friends, and well-wishers, good morning. My name is Shaluk Richards, Managing Director, GK Insurance EC Limited. Please accept my sincere apologies for not being able to be present with you in person this morning. Although prior commitments have prevented me from joining you physically, I am truly honored to address you today on this significant occasion. It is with immense pride that I speak on behalf of GK Insurance Eastern Caribbean Limited as we announce the provision of Parametric Tropical Cyclone Insurance coverage to the Ministry of Agriculture of St. Lucia. Through this policy, developed in collaboration with our esteemed insurance partners, Munich Re and Lynch Caribbean Brokers, we offer a solution that enables rapid financial support in the aftermath of a tropical cyclone. Unlike traditional insurance, this coverage is based on predetermined and independent verifiable parameters such as wind speed and proximity to the island of St. Lucia, ensuring a swift and transparent claims process without the need for lengthy damage assessments. This approach enables faster recovery for farmers, agribusinesses, and the communities that depend on them, precisely when it's needed most. Moreover, this launch reflects a broader vision. Our intent is not only to strengthen resilience here in St. Lucia, but also to extend this type of parametric protection throughout the Caribbean, and the Eastern Caribbean in particular, where vulnerable economies face increasing threats from climate-related events. We have already seen success with a similar product, GK Weather Protect, in Jamaica. It is a testament to our commitment to deliver an innovative, accessible risk solution that empowers communities to recover and rebuild swiftly. I wish to express my sincere gratitude to the Ministry of Agriculture for placing their confidence in GK Insurance Eastern Caribbean. I also acknowledge the invaluable partnership of Munich Re, Guy Carpenter, Sterling Insurance Brokers, and Lynch Caribbean Brokers, whose expertise has been instrumental in bringing this solution to fruition. At GK Insurance Eastern Caribbean, we believe that strengthening resilience is essential for sustainable growth. Through this partnership, we're taking a meaningful step towards safeguarding livelihoods, protecting food security, and supporting economic stability in St. Lucia and beyond. Thank you, and I look forward to the great work we will accomplish together.
Thank you, Mr. Richard, for those words. Of course, your tagline is GK Cares. In St. Lucia, we have our own tagline, Philip Cares. Right now, we would like you to view some media highlights. It has to do with the banana and plantain legacy of St. Lucia. And that was done by...
In the gentle cradle of St. Lucia's valleys, where mist hugs the hills and the earth remembers generations, the story of our banana and plantain farmers begins. For decades, banana and plantain farming has been more than a livelihood. It has been a legacy, a way of life passed from grandparent to grandchild, feeding families, fueling economies, and holding communities together like strong roots beneath the soil.
I was 15 years old when I learned to plant banana and plantain from my father. Everything I learned from him by digging drain, by planting bananas is from him.
The journey is not easy. It begins before dawn. It demands patience, care, and grit. Our farmers rise with the sun, hands calloused, hearts hopeful, despite storms, droughts, pests, and market shocks. But when disaster strikes, everything can be lost in a moment. No harvest, no income, no cushion. One heavy rainfall and a farmer's year is washed away. And yet, they rebuild, they replant, again and again, because hope is always just beneath the surface. Now, for the first time in St. Lucia's history, hope comes with a safety net. Introducing Parametric insurance for banana and plantain farmers. A new chapter in resilience. Here's how it works. When excessive rainfall or drought reaches a certain threshold, farmers automatically receive financial support. No paperwork, no delay, just swift, fair relief when it matters most. It's not just about the weather. It's about dignity, security, peace of mind. It's about honoring the work of those who feed the nation. This effort is a national commitment led by those who believe in the power of our farmers and the future of food security in St. Lucia. With leadership, partnership, and innovation, we are planting a future that is more secure, more equitable, and more resilient. Parametric insurance is more than a product. It is a promise that our farmers will no longer stand alone when the skies turn grey.
Mwen très content que le gouvernement a mis en place l'insurance là-bas nous. Et ça, combien d'années qui passent, nous sommes à sous compte nous, les figues là tombées, nous pas tenir pièce help. C'est un petit bail là nous tenir, si nous tenir rien à sous côté, nous tenir pour vieux point avec aïe pour réhabiliter femmes là. Mais actuellement quand le gouvernement a mis en place ben nous savons nous quand jeune aider from insurance là côté qui nous quand ça vieux mettre ces femmes là en production vitement puis nous help là.
Moi content chay qu'on yo mette insurance là pour si en cas bagay nous ka en bail pour nous sauver quoi nous.
This is the future of agriculture in St. Lucia, rooted in tradition, strengthened by innovation, and protected by vision.
I'm Livingston Rose. I'm proud to be a farmer, St. Lucian farmer.
Moi c'est Wayne Thomas et moi très satisfait avec le développement insurance que le gouvernement a mis en place.
To our banana and plantain farmers, your resilience has carried us. Now, let us carry you.
Profound final words to our farmers. Let us carry you. I would now like to invite Mr. Gregory Rose, Executive Chairman of Lynch Caribbean Brokers, to bring his remarks. Mr. Rose.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Master and Mistress of Ceremonies. Sorry, voice. Protocols having been established, I am excited to be here today for this very historic event, the launch of our REAP Agriculture Insurance Program. St. Lucia is the very first amongst several CARICOM countries to establish this program. We've been working on for a very long time. This is ensuring, and we're very happy to be part of this, ensuring the security for your farmers, fisher folk, families, and your nation as a whole. It is an honor to be present here, especially during your vibrant carnival. Surrounded by its energy and euphoria. St. Lucia is definitely a country with a shining future and guided by a government that is extremely committed to the future of its citizens and nation as a whole. And we're happy to help you realize this vision. We at the Caribbean Broking Group feel very much at home here and inspired by St. Lucia, having recently partnered and investing in sterling insurance brokers. We are dedicated to collaborating with the Smiths and the Sterling family to further contribute to development here in St. Lucia. Sterling is now part of our regional insurance broking network, which now stretches from the Bahamas to Guyana. They have joined us in what is a 166-year journey and legacy, solving each era's particular risk and challenging issues. Sterling brings valuable local knowledge and relationships, and this is complemented by our group's global risk and insurance expertise across multiple sectors. These include, as we're here today, agriculture, but also areas such as hotels, tourism, public entities, finance, and beyond. The REAP insurance program is just one of many innovative risk solutions within our portfolio that we would like to introduce here in St. Lucia to secure y'all's future. As traditional insurance evolves to address the world's challenging risks, such as climate change, cyber threats, stressed supply chains and markets, we are prepared with cutting-edge tools and tailored solutions that are very much needed to solve and meet your most complex risk management needs. The REAP serves as a case study in innovation and our innovation. We are happy as it has brought together and united St. Lucia's dedicated government, the agriculture sector, farmers, and the people. It is the next iteration of a long-standing relationship that our group has had in the agriculture sector. This started where Lynch pioneered sugarcane insurance in the early 1900s in Barbados, and has extended from there with other deeper relationships through the agriculture and food industries. REAP stands and blends the latest risk financing tools at our disposal, parametric insurance, and data-driven technology in a comprehensive blend to tackle this particular need for the farmers here. I look forward to hearing the details further on this product and program as our teams and speakers share further about this product and benefits today. In conclusion, it is with great pride that I stand here today, witnessing the culmination of the significant efforts of the Government of St. Lucia, its Ministry of Agriculture, our Lynch and Sterling teams, as well as our global partners at Guy Carpenter, Marsh and Raincoat, local insurers Grace Kennedy, as we launch REAP here today. This is a new era in food security and an evolution in risk financing. We are proud now to be part of your St. Lucia family, obviously through our marriage with Sterling. We're proud to be part of the banana and plantain farmers community, and we're excited to take the steps towards the region's fulfillment of Vision 25 by 25 plus 5. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Rose. I hope that marriage will remain steady, unbroken. Our next item is a musical rendition. This panis belonged to a pan group called Pan Time. And of course, those of you who went to Panorama, the Pan Time is now the Panorama champions in St. Lucia for 2025. In addition to that, this panelist took part in a solo competition, and he became second. So this gentleman here is Mr. Owen Gabriel, who is a young panelist, and I'm hoping that he'll continue and he'll grow and grow and grow, and of course encourage younger persons like himself to become panelists here in St. Lucia. The other thing I want to see too, we have a hurricane in St. Lucia right now. It's called Hurricane Lucian Carnival. So those of you who are here, please stay and leave on Wednesday. Enjoy the carnival. We will give you a lot to talk about.
What a beautiful rendition. Yes, have another round of applause for him. Yes, a sweet taste of pan culture, which we as a region can all share. Next, I would like to invite a dear friend of mine. He's become a dear friend. We've been back and forth for a year or 2 years now. Mr. Damian Bowen, he's going to give a presentation. We've been hearing REAP. It's on the table, it's at the back of me, it's on the side, it's everywhere. So now we'll get to know what exactly is REAP, and Mr. Bowen will be giving this presentation.
1, 2. Got this one? This one? This one? To move around? And you can move around. Yeah. That's why. So what is? This is not working? No, that's not. That's fine. That's television. I have to see the presentation. Okay, but understand what I'm saying. I have to see the presentation. so I did. I did. I had the technical. I did.
Let's go across here. Let's go across here.
Yeah.
Let's go with it. Let's go with it. Yeah.
One little technical adjustment. Give us a second. What do you think? As the old people say, when you can't ride a horse. This one could work. Yeah, 1, 2. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your presence. Before we begin, could we give a round of applause to the hands who put all this together? The hands that lifted these banana trees, the hands that planted, and the hands that dug them out in the first place. It's a pleasure to be here, Prime Minister. As they said, nothing before its time. And against that backdrop, it's a proud moment for us. I would like to say to our folks in Barbados, I have an aunt who's celebrating her 75th birthday today, Auntie Monica Hines. So happy birthday, Auntie Monica. Nothing before its time. This is her gift. Thank you so much. Our presentation today is pillared around 3 areas: the partnership, the product, and the program. First, let's have some little insight into the partnership, ladies and gentlemen. The partnership is pillared by a PPP, including Lynch Caribbean Brokers, as we mentioned, a market leader in Barbados with over 165 years experience, trading along the length and breadth of the Caribbean, part owned by the world's largest insurance broker at Marsh & McLennan. We represent Marsh. Part of Marsh's family is Guy Carpenter, and Guy Carpenter is a leading reinsurance specialist with over 100 years experience. And Guy Carpenter was instrumental because they have a strong track record in previous deployments in Mexico, DOMREP, and across certain parts of South America. We brought a level of technology to minimize the administrative burden on government and to enhance the user interface, as well as to enhance transparency, because we're talking payouts here. To enhance transparency, we leverage technology with the InsurTech firm Raincoat, and I'll show you a couple of the features that we'll be bringing today. Raincoat are a global team of scientists and engineers, and this would not be possible without the work and support of CARICOM, the CARICOM Secretariat. We thank you so much for your support. It started in 2023, together with the leadership of Minister Zulfikar Mustafa and the MTF. We've been prodding along the length and breadth, together with my partner in crime there in the West Indies. Whenever we're in the airport, they say we let the West Indies selectors. And on that note, I'd like to give a moment's silence for the 27 runs. we have a track record. Together, our consortium has a pro track record of parametric deployments from New York, a flood insurance program, DOMREP, Puerto Rico, Colombia, Barbados, as our chairman mentioned earlier, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and as well as Jamaica. Many of our components have partnered with GK in Jamaica as well in the delivery of GK's Weather Protect product as well. And it's amazing, just 1 year ago, this is interesting, again, nothing before its time. 1 year ago, we launched REAP in the Caribbean, in Guyana, together with President Ali. It was actually on July 26, so we almost a year from the launch. And in true Julian Alfred fashion, guess who's first out the gates? St. Lucia, give yourself a round of applause for that. Pioneers in every sense of the word. And within that local crafting and inspiration by St. Lucia, Sterling Insurance Brokers, our proud new subsidiary, led by a wonderful team of wonderful, beautiful people today in their white shirts. Hi, Sterling team. This is over 20 years experience, and Keris has one of the largest staff complements among market players within St. Lucia, and Sterling is the principal local representative for the LEAP REAP program, together with the insurer. You couldn't do it without the insurer. Grace Kennedy, with over 44 years experience, 21 within the OECS realm. They are fully backed by A-rated insurers, and they too are pioneers in their own right in parametric insurance within the Caribbean. It's pioneers coming together. It got a Justice League kind of feel. A Ministry of Agriculture, very important. They are the principal architect in the design of the solution. And I say this without fear of any contradiction. The team at the Ministry of Agriculture in St. Lucia is one of the most industrious, diligent, reliable, responsive ministries that we work with across the Caribbean. And this fulfillment is a direct reflection of their hard work and effort and perseverance. We love you to the moon and back. We established a task force in 2023. We worked hard towards this fulfillment, and together with PS St. Ange, together with Minister Prosper, and even before with PS Barrymore Felician, who we like to acknowledge, we worked very hard to bring this program to you, ladies and gentlemen. And this would not be possible without stakeholder support. The Banana Management Unit played a key role in helping us to scale and design this program together with NEMO. We thank you, stakeholders, for your contributions to this program. Let's look at the product. So there are some commonalities and some distinctions when you talk about REAP. When you talk about REAP, and you look at other products within the market, all of us are backed by AM Best rated reinsurance markets. REAP St. Lucia is backed by Munich Re. We are powered by experts with practical knowledge provided by competent and well-known regional insurance stakeholders. And the focus, as you will see across the region with all products, tends to be in agriculture insurance around parametric as opposed to your typical indemnity-based insurance. But there are some distinguishing elements of REAP, ladies and gentlemen, and I'd like to highlight them in this forum. REAP facilitates the risk transfer from the government to the private sector, and I'll mention that that is very important. REAP is not here to suck on the nipple of the lending agencies or to say to government, you have to keep funding, keep funding. I'll show you the REAP risk transfer. Our goal is to transfer the risk from the government into the private sector, and we'll show you how we'll do that. REAP is all-inclusive. We engage the entire value chain. We don't dominate. We work with Grace. We work with other brokers. REAP is about invigorating players, sectoral players, towards the fulfillment of a solution. It's ultra-flexible. It's more than a product on a shelf. The reason we worked so long at it is because it wasn't a product on a shelf. We brought components to the table, and we looked at how we can develop the best solution for the needs of your beneficiaries. And we leverage economies at scale at a sovereign level because we have certain countries in the Windward Islands that are in the Hurricane Highway. By leveraging our other partners in the north and our brothers and sisters in the south, we were able to satisfy reinsurance markets that we have a level of balance risk. We brought more balance to the risk, and this enhanced the appetite for some of the more vulnerable countries. That's the power of unity, ladies and gentlemen. REAP is branching into a suite of more tailor risk solutions, so stay tuned. Coming to a theater near you this summer. Don't worry about it. The risk transfer timetable. What we have, and I want to applaud Prime Minister Pierre for setting the bar and going after full subsidization in year one. But one of the things we do, and we have some partners, we are going to commence capacity building and certain developmental efforts to sensitize farmers in the importance of embedding agri-insurance within their business model. And we believe that by doing that and by weaning and them having an understanding, if they have to just put $10 a month and start and create that situation, our goal is that by year 4 or 5, the government would have facilitated. That's what government's supposed to do, facilitate. And we want to help the government facilitate that transfer of risk strictly into the private sector. So ladies and gentlemen, REAP is not here to say keep looking for financing for your premiums or what's not. REAP is here to say, let's get it started, let's train, let's educate, let's develop, and let's transfer the risk. This is what REAP is. We are also tailor-made and configurable. There are certain parameters which affect price that we can consider: the covered perils, the return periods, how frequent a calamity would you want to protect against? Is it a 1 in 10-year event? Is it a 1 in 5-year event? And using 30-year data, we are able to use history to forecast and look at what type of event. And all these have, of course, you know, the more frequent, the higher the price. So these variables have the sum insured and the extent of granularity of your product data. But there are also some features that may not have that impact on price, but they do have an impact on the quality of the program. And from the agriculture activity phonology, the objective of the distribution mechanism, the coverage periods, or the IT integrations, which we'll show you shortly, these impact the quality of the program. Within REAP St. Lucia, we have identified 4 major perils, but we've been practical and looked at how can we maximize this budget within a phase 1. And within a phase 1, we have identified hurricanes and tropical storms. Most CAT solutions in the Caribbean start at CAT 1 and up. REAP includes tropical storms. Give St. Lucia a clap for that. The reality is that you can have a tropical storm event that can be devastating in the absence of a hurricane. And working together with your stakeholders, we were able to push the bar, push the needle, and get more bang for our buck from the reinsurance market. In time to come, we will be adding excess rain events, drought, and for the fisheries, hurricane and tropical storms as well. Look out for it. The payout approach that is the consensus across the Caribbean and was selected across St. Lucia is a maximum payout approach per beneficiary, kind of similar to what you would call like a livelihood protection, providing that level of liquidity. Let's look at the program. That's the product. Here's the program. And as you can see from this chart, the program basically, as we are here now with the member nations, St. Lucia, providing the needs for the consortium, we developed the mechanism. They paid the premium to the insurance company. That's GK, Roger with his hand there looking, he's the man with the money. If you want to know who has the money, that's the guy, not me. And then when it is time to make the payment, we would pay, the payment is triggered back to the government, who would then have the liquidity for distribution among the farming community. And within the program, we have an enrollment process. So farmers, stay tuned. There are 2 approaches to our enrollment process. Either approach 1, a pre-enrollment and farmer certification process. And within this, farmers can join either directly through a government-led process. The government can give us a list of the 1,068 banana and plantain farmers, and we can enroll all of them immediately. Just give us one comprehensive list, and we can make it happen for you. Or we have certain tools that we can develop a web portal that farmers can log on to and put in the information. If you find that reaching your farmers is difficult or access to the information is difficult, we have some options for you to consider. There's also approach 2, which is a post-event enrollment, where under a post-event event occurs, farmers can then join the program after disaster through a jointly led government process or directly again using digital tools. So together with PS, we'll reflect now that we've gone into the policy cycle stage in which approach the government deems to be best, and we will follow their leadership. There's also program certification. And we can provide every farmer with a certificate showing that they're enrolled in the program. Every farmer can get will get one of these. And with this, under this model, a farmer can be certified and receive digital proof of their participation in the program. Across the Caribbean, many credit unions and financial institutions have actually indicated to us that they're looking forward to this solution and this level of documentation because it will enhance their appetite to lend. So we're looking forward to stimulating that level of economic activity. REAP is more than just insurance, ladies and gentlemen. It is about development and stimulation of growth. In approach 2, a post-event approach, under this model, a farmer can receive a confirmation that their submission has been received, and that we have measures that can ensure unprecedented transparency throughout the process. The claims process, we will continue to monitor, our consortium will continue to monitor the remote satellite data. The indices will be calculated, and if we realize that a predetermined payout has been met or surpassed, we will then instigate the coverages are activated, the payouts are calculated, and together with the government, we will work hand in hand in ensuring mass dissemination. We also have a value-added commitment, ladies and gentlemen. It's not just about selling you a policy and going home. We have a value-added commitment. We are going to engage in policy cycle support, continued engagement with April and the wonderful team. I see DPS here in the house too as well. Good to see you, buddy. We become friends. You know, after working 2 years with people, you kind of become friends, right? And data and transparency. We have dashboards, transparent dashboards. This is going to be important to enhance trust. Remember, our goal is risk transfer. You cannot achieve risk transfer if beneficiaries lack confidence. So we need, through dashboards and enhanced transparency, beneficiaries will see where payouts are being made, what has occurred, and this will enhance their trust and support and endorsement of the system. Capacity building and training, together with my friend Natasha from the OECS. I might be asking her to identify any friends, and together with Mr. Rollins, I see some friends who love this word, capacity building and workshops. I know that we'll be partnering with them very soon over the next 2 years. That's why we invite you, buddy. I see you nodding your head, say, you know this was too good to be true. But yeah, we're looking forward to that level of partnership and rich engagement to enlighten our farmers and develop our farmers' appetite for business model planning and putting risk planning within their business model. Strategic partnerships will continue to work with local and international actors to unlock synergies and accelerate the system. And market development focus, a commitment to long-term sectoral growth and institutional support. Cabin crew, prepare for arrival. Against this backdrop, St. Lucia is in front, but you have some sisters and brothers across the Caribbean that are very close behind. I know, for example, that Minister Roland Royer is probably listening to this right now, and Dominica is very, very close to launching a REAP. I know for sure that Minister Indeware in Barbados, he actually volunteered 2 executives in one of the dates that we had identified prior to come to this event. So Barbados was very keen in sending some measure of representation in support, and I would like to salute my home nation for your support as well. We also have Guyana, who made the announcement about 6,000 rice farmers. Guess what word behind that? REAP. And there's also Montez Williams from Bahamas. If you're within earshot of my voice, we look forward to fulfillment. And I cannot leave out St. Kitts and Nevis, Minister Duggins. And they're the hosts of the upcoming CWA. And they're working assiduously to have an announcement before CWA. Sorry for telling you a secret, St. Kitts. Ladies and gentlemen, across the length and breadth, St. Vincent, Jamaica, Minister Floyd Green, sending our love and appreciation. And most recently, Antigua. Antigua was on the verge of sending their PS. I think the flight arrangements would have compromised that. But Antigua, we want to salute you as well, because Antigua wanted to be here as a show of support to St. Lucia. We also have we have investors from Barbados, and we have some investors from Trinidad who flew in on a private plane just to be here. I give you our thanks and love for coming here today, ladies and gentlemen. It's against that backdrop that I say one love. Thank you so much. We are REAP. We are here to stay, and we look forward to healthy collaborations with you. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Yeah, when I grew up, my mother told me that I don't put bad things. You can see.
This one, I think. I'm not clear. Thank you. All right. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much, Damien, for your presentation. So now that we know what REAP is about, I would like to invite the Honorable Alfred Prosper, my Minister of Agriculture, to further endorse the product. Minister Prosper.
Thank you, Mistress of Ceremonies. Let me adopt the protocol already been established, but I want to recognize the presence of the Honorable Philip J. Pierre, our Prime Minister, Honorable Alva Romanos Baptiste, Minister for External Affairs, Honorable Joachim Andre Henry, Minister for Equity, Social Justice and Empowerment, Honorable Wayne Girard, Minister in the Ministry of Finance. Let me recognize Her Excellency Nicole Su, Ambassador to Taiwan, ICA representative, all members or staff of the REAP Insurance, other staff of the Taiwanese missions, my permanent secretary, my deputy permanent secretary, our farmers, other invited guests. Let me say a pleasant good afternoon to everyone. Today I feel very, very happy because I see this as a very significant and historic moment in our country's agricultural journey. This insurance program, I think, started many years ago, and I remember in 2023 we had the Caribbean Week of Agriculture in the Bahamas. And we had a discussion as to how to approach agricultural insurance for the entire region, particularly the OECS. And I remember one night after our meeting, he asked us to just follow him, and he took us to a hotel, a very beautiful hotel in the Bahamas. And we had a very good discussion with regards to insurance, agricultural insurance, because we saw and understood the vulnerability and the impacts climate change is having on the agricultural sector in the region. And I remember clearly the conclusion was that every minister for agriculture that was present, and correct me if I'm wrong, that we would go to our Prime Minister and ensure that we request 1 million EC dollars to start with. I remember clearly. And then I went down and I said, how am I going to approach my cabinet to get this? And luckily, in 2024, an amount of 1 million EC dollars was made available in the budget allocation for agricultural insurance. My permanent secretary in April, I remember, engaged Lynch, and we were looking at how we can provide insurance coverage to the entire sector. They had a range of formulae, and they came back and reported to me. And I remember that first meeting when I asked the PS what level of coverage that this insurance, this $1 million will provide our 5,000 or so farmers. And I remember very vividly that the PS saying to me, if we go with 1 million for the entire sector, the amount that one individual, I want to be, I'm correct, one individual will be somewhere around 50 EC dollars. I said, but how are we going to offer insurance? How am I going to explain to my farmers that in the event of a natural disaster, $50 maximum is what they will get? So we then went down to the banana and plantain farmers. I think it was in the range of about 800 to 900 farmers. And I asked them to have a discussion with Lynch with regards to what it would be like. And then they came back to tell me that the amount is a lot better. So I said, why not go with our banana and plantain farmers. And I'm saying this because we know during a natural disaster, the banana and plantain farmers are the most vulnerable, especially with regards to wind damage. So we figure out to do the best thing to start with our plantain and banana farmers, and we can expand thereafter. I am happy today, I am very happy today that we can say to our banana and plantain farmers that in the event they are affected by any natural disaster this hurricane season, they will receive some level of compensation. Very often in the past, I would have to speak to the Prime Minister after a natural disaster to see what level of assistance can be provided to our banana, plantain, and the entire agricultural sector. And I remember very vividly in 2023, June, when we had Tropical Storm Brett, we had, I think, almost 2.5 million EC dollars that was given to farmers in terms of support. In May 2024, we had a major issue with unavailability of boxes. The farmers had the fruits, but we did not have the boxes to export the fruits because there were some mechanical issues at Winera. We did provide some almost 1 million EC dollars to our farmers to assist them with the unavailability of boxes. And just this year, as a result of the black Sikatoga damage that impacted the agricultural sector, especially banana and plantain farmers, in a very big way, we provided further assistance to our banana and plantain farmers in the sum of 1.8 million EC dollars. I am sure you will understand that it would not be sustainable for the government of St. Lucia to provide financial support to our agriculture, our farmers, fishers, etc., every time there is a natural disaster. And this is why this insurance program is the beginning of a major agricultural insurance program for the entire agricultural sector. It is significant, it is critical, it is necessary because our food security continues to be an important pillar in the development of this country. And it is not just about saying we are doing something or we will be doing something, but this government is proving that it is serious about helping farmers ensure that this country remains food secure. We've provided the fertilizer, we've provided the farm labor, we've provided the water tanks, we've provided the seeds, we've dealt with the drainage issues. And I see my good friend smiling on the other side because every time she meets me, she would tell me that this is the government that has done the most for farmers in St. Lucia. And I want to thank them for that. And I want to thank them because they understand their role, they understand the importance of agriculture. And what pains me a lot is, you know, after a natural disaster, you go and you visit the various plantations. The next day, those farmers are actually commencing their rehabilitation of the plantation. That tells a lot about the passion they have for what they do. Because they will not wait 3 months, 4 weeks, 4 days to hear government giving support before they begin their rehabilitation work. And we must really commend them for that because we understand it. I really wish that today we would be doing this together with St. Vincent, Grenada, Dominica, St. Kitts and Nevis, and all the countries of the OECS, because we all discuss it at our OECS Ministers of Agriculture meeting. And I'm sure Natasha can see, every time on this agenda, agricultural insurance, I mention the importance and the urgency of it, because we small island states are very vulnerable to the impacts of climate change, and we do not know when climate change will come to an end. It will never come to an end, but we have to build that level of resilience in the sector. We have to continue to provide support to our banana farmers, and my government is steadfast in ensuring that this is going to happen. Just last week, we launched an agricultural innovation, a hydroponic system where we are hoping to attract a number of young people into the agricultural sector, because we have an aging farmer population. And if we do not encourage young people into the sector, we are going to have a major gap that is going to affect our food security, and it will cause us to continue to import a lot of the produce or commodities that we can grow here. I want to thank the Taiwanese government for assisting St. Lucia in providing financial support to target 7 crops that we think are on a high in terms of imports that we can grow sufficiently to significantly reduce our food import bill. So today I'm very happy, I'm very excited. I know anytime I hear of a hurricane or storm, I will feel a little better that in the event anything happens to our farmers, they will get some level of compensation, and we will not have to depend on the government to provide it. I am hoping that the farmers will understand if we have to expand the program, at some point they will have to make a contribution. The owners cannot be on the government to find the monies every year to do it, because it will not be sustainable. So I want our farmers to prepare to make a contribution, maybe from the sales to marketing board, the sales to Marcy, deduct 5 cents or 2 cents, whatever it is, on every pound of produce that is sold. And we can put this together and expand the program so we have full coverage for every stakeholder, every farmer, every fisher, every livestock farmer, every agro-processor, to ensure we have full coverage for the entire agricultural sector. I want to thank you, Bowen, and your team, but I want to give special thanks to April from my ministry. She has been there from day one, and she has been doing a lot of work together with my previous PS, my current PS and deputy PS, and we have come to this point where it has become a reality. I am certainly sure Dominica, St. Vincent, and the other OECS countries will be following to ensure that they provide this to their farmers, because the coverage is going all over the world, and I'm sure farmers in some of these countries will be saying, I need to talk to my Minister for Agriculture to make it happen as well. So I want to thank my Prime Minister for the financial support. I want to thank my team at the ministry. I want to thank everybody who made this a reality. And I'm very excited. I'm very happy for our farmers. This is just the beginning of more to come from the government and people of St. Lucia. Thank you very much.
Give my minister a round of applause again, because anytime there's an activity and there are things to be given to the farmers and of assistance, my minister is smiling all the way. So I know he's very happy. The next speaker here is somebody who cares, somebody who likes the farmers, especially the banana and plantain farmers. You're giving so much assistance over the months. When they had problems with the boxes, he came in and he assisted with a storm. He helped again, and he continues to help. And I know he's happy with what's happening here today. So help me welcome the Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip J. Pierre, to the lectern, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Master of Ceremonies. Let me thank you for putting the program this afternoon. I just landed from a place called Barbuda. in Antigua, Barbuda, for meeting of the Eastern Caribbean Currency Authority, and I want to tell you that the EC dollar is extremely strong. The highest is 97% backed. Our currency is backed every dollar by 97 cents. One of the strongest currencies in the world. I also want to apologize for being late. Thank you for changing the time this afternoon. But when I asked the minister to change this afternoon, I knew that there were people here who wanted an excuse to say for carnival. So the excuse would be there'd be no flights. So I'm glad that they still and they'll enjoy carnival. Let me recognize my cabinet colleagues, the Minister of External Affairs, the Minister of Equity, the Minister of Finance, and the Minister of Agriculture, the Ambassador in Taiwan, our friends from abroad, from all the insurance companies here this afternoon. But I want to recognize the people from Sterling, the Smith family. And, you know, the Sterling people, the Smith people, they've spoken about insurance for a very long time. And they've always been making suggestions as to insurance products. And a very long time ago, when I spoke to him, his hair wasn't like that yet. we spoke about insurance products, and then he mentioned about agriculture insurance. He mentioned about the pooling of insurance to the buildings, and I'm very happy that he's involved in that venture. I think even in my office also. Yeah, in my office also, one day. And then when he left, I said to myself, it sounds like a salesman. But it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Also, I know that we're speaking about insurance, but the insurance landscape in the region is right now is in a perilous state, in that with the frequency of climate change, it's very difficult to get insurance coverage, very difficult. I know the hotels suffer from that problem, and the premiums, and if you look at the figures in St. Lucia, the premiums are rising all the time. So I want to, so that risk is shared by the government and the insurance company. So it's a mark of confidence that the insurance company have come together with a strategic alliance and to prepare and to have an insurance product for the farmers of St. Lucia. I want to thank them for doing that. St. Lucia has got a long history of banana farmers. And I remember there was a prime minister who said that the country was in transition when we moved from bananas, which was called green gold, to services. During that time, it was tourism, and he made a point that the economy was in transition. And I never forget the harshness of the opposition when he said the economy was in transition. It was really in transition because we sold our bananas in a protected market to Europe for several years. And it is a matter of planting bananas, cutting them, and sending them to England, and the English market accepted everything. So we had a flow of foreign exchange that came in every week. Basically, every week or two, there was a flow of foreign exchange that came into our economy and developed the rural community, Miku, Denry. That was the base of banana production, and that money in the economy caused the development in the north of the country. So we've got a long history of bananas, and banana farmers were never really recognized for the work, for the input in the economy of this country. They were never recognized. enough, because it was green gold that developed this economy. It was green gold long before tourism. It was banana farming that developed this country. So I think right now, with the government trying its best to cause the farmers to stay in bananas, albeit to sell to a different market, but to encourage them. Because the most devastating thing is to get up in the morning and you find that your entire crop is wiped out and you have nothing, you really don't have anything. So this insurance vehicle that we are putting together is something that to show our confidence in the farmer, our belief that farming is sustainable, our belief that young people should go into farming. And talking about young people going into farming, last week we set up, or we began a new form of agricultural innovation for the young people of the country. So, what the government is doing is working with a plan. You protect what you have, you innovate, but at the same time, you protect the people, which is the basis of our existence, protecting and caring for people. And this is why we made a commitment that the government will make the initial payment for a pension plan for the fisher folk of this country. We think it's extremely important. So, working with the NIC, and possibly we can have some alliance with and probably with some insurance company, so we can work with the NIC to have a sustainable pension plan for the farmers of St. Lucia. So I really want to thank all those involved. I want to pay tribute to the Minister of Agriculture and his team in the Ministry of Agriculture, and our friends in agriculture, Taiwanese, and all our friends in agriculture. I noticed, one thing struck me, I noticed a young lady and this is a serious signal. It's a serious signal. And I also noticed a young lady as a master of ceremonies. So we are changing the concept of agriculture, changing it to fact that young people, and this is why it's very important, we've instructed the people in the youth economy to find some means to get young people involved in agriculture, particularly in the innovation steps that we set up last week. So let's thank everyone, thank all the partners, and I like the strategic alliance with CARICOM countries, working in the CARICOM Secretariat, and working with insurance companies in the region and internationally. We can only build it if we form these forms of alliances. These alliances where we work together, exchange expertise, exchange knowledge, exchange technology. So good luck, Minister, and the Minister has no choice but to work hard. Because in our business, you have to produce. So the Minister is producing, and then we know that what he's producing for is our food security. It's very important for our food security. And this school year, we're going to launch a program or a banana a day for every child, to cause our banana farmers to give them a market, a sure market. So every child, young people, some people may not know that there was a thing that an apple a day keeps the doctor away, right? So we're saying that a banana a day keeps the doctor away. So my pronouncement of eating bananas, I stand by it. And every school child will now eat a banana a day.
Thank you, PM. A round of applause again for the PM. A banana day keeps the doctor away. Now we have said, I do. The signature time to seal the process. So I'll now call on my PS to the Minister of Agriculture, Mr. Satanj, and also from GK Insurance, Mr. Roger Hare, is it? Right? To come in, and I'll ask the Prime Minister, my Minister, to come and stand by, just to take a photo at the same time, PM, and other ministers. Come across. Just stand behind.
Okay, so just come closer.
Closer. Small up yourself.
All right, you sign it?
Yes.
All right.
Hold the documents together, yeah.
All right. Look at my camera. Look at my camera. All right. Here. All right, good.
Over here. Right there. Okay. Good? All right. Can you take your seats? Thank you.
Good.
A round of applause again for the signing ceremony. Yep. Now the marriage is sealed, so we can continue to have a little drink up in a while. But before that, I just want to recognize Mr. Chris Satney, our acting deputy PS in the Sustainable Development. I don't know why you keep forgetting you, sir. It means you're too short. Yeah. Okay, we're moving on, getting closer because Colin Mirel is waiting for some people. I'll call on Ms. April Littleville to deliver the vote of thanks. Give her a round of applause.
Good evening again, everyone. It is my distinct, or good night. It is my distinct honor and privilege to deliver the vote of thanks on such a significant occasion. The official launch of the Parametric Insurance Scheme for banana and plantain farmers in St. Lucia, finally. This initiative is especially dear to my heart. It marks the culmination of 2 years of dedicated work and negotiations with partners, and the beginning of a product we hope will bring long-term security and stability to our farmers. As a young civil servant, being able to contribute meaningfully to the development of this sector is both a privilege and a driving force behind my passion and my dedication to service. First and foremost, we thank the Almighty God for allowing us to gather here today with purpose, unity, and vision for the future of agriculture in St. Lucia. This has been a momentous month for our sector. We have launched several initiatives targeted at building resilience and fostering innovation, especially for our youth. To our Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Joseph Pierre, and the Cabinet of Ministers, your presence today affirms your consistent support for a sector that continues to modernize and transform. Your leadership and strategic vision have empowered this transformation, and we are deeply grateful for the allocation of resources that you have made at this groundbreaking initiative and made it a reality. So we thank you. To our Honorable Minister for Agriculture, Fisheries, Food Security and Rural Development, Mr. Alfred Prosper, thank you for your steadfast leadership and unwavering dedication to the advancement of our farmers. We know that the farmers are always at the helm of your heart. Your consistent advocacy for resilience of our food systems and your commitment to forward-thinking solutions have helped pave the way for meaningful transformation in the sector. We extend our sincere gratitude to our partners, Lynch Caribbean Brokers, GK Insurance Limited, Guy Carpenter, and Raincoat, who weren't able to be with us in person today, and Sterling Insurance. Your financial, technical, and policy support have been instrumental throughout this journey. Congratulations on launching a product that places the welfare of farmers at its core. We are proud that St. Lucia is the first country to officially launch REAP. Special thanks to our dedicated team at the Ministry of Agriculture. Thanks to our Permanent Secretary, Deputy Permanent Secretary, our various heads of department, our Banana Management Unit, our Corporate Planning Unit, our Special Events Committee, our Communications Unit, to my honored Master of Ceremonies, as well as the staff of the Financial Center. Thank you for making this space available. To all those who have made this event a success, your efforts are deeply valued. To our banana and plantain farmers, you are the heartbeat of this initiative. Your resilience, your connection to the land, your openness to tools like parametric insurance will ensure that this program will thrive. This was created for you and because of you. We are grateful for your positive response and acceptance of this product, and we are hopeful that this will ease your burden and support your futures. To the media and the GIS team, thank you so much for broadcasting this event and helping raise awareness on the importance of protecting our agricultural sector against climate risk. And finally, to all of you present here today, whether in person or via our live stream, distinguished guests, public and private sector agencies, stakeholders, colleagues, and friends, thank you so much. Your presence demonstrates the importance of this initiative and reflects a collaborative spirit needed to make it a success. And as we close, may we carry this momentum forward and we continue to work together for a more resilient, secure, and sustainable future for St. Lucia's agricultural sector. Thank you, and may God bless you.
April deserves a little more because she has many tentacles. She was really involved in ensuring that this became a reality. And of course, I can tell you, she works very hard. I know that. Okay, so right now we have some giveaways. Okay, so
thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. This draw is on behalf of Lynch Caribbean Brokers. We have a dinner for two at the Big Chef. So there is a limit, I'm just letting you know. It is the Big Chef, but it's fantastic. I went there last night, so afterwards, if you could please come to our team and just give us your name, we'll write it in. And the lucky winner, the lucky winner is, I hope I pronounce it correct, it's Jakima Delaire. Where are you? Where are you? Oh, there she is in the back. Look. Come on down.
Wow, lucky girl.
Gift certificate from us. You're most welcome.
Evening, everybody. This one is from Sterling Insurance, and it is a Sunset Cruise 4-2 on a wonderful carnival sailing catamarans. I can pronounce this one. It's for Mr. Michael Joseph.
Left you. Hey.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you again. Thank you again for the giveaway. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the activity officially. And of course, to wrap up and to really ensure that the marriage has happened, there's a cocktail reception just on the other side. Thank you again, and have a good weekend. And those of you who are here, please go and jump up.